on stage Mudiwa Gavaza. Mudiwa, please come on stage.
Evening, everyone. So I'm here on behalf of Class 4. My name is Mudiwa Gavaza. I'm from Zimbabwe. Graduated from Rhodes University recently. I've got passions in business technology and the media and entertainment space. Bloomberg Media Initiative course, very interesting, at the very least. I think just from the get-go, it was a very positive course. I actually got my acceptance to come to the course about 2 weeks before I actually moved to Joburg. So I literally landed on a plane on a Saturday, and on Tuesday I was in class for the first day. So it's been a very good way to sort of get into the city, and it was a good way to be meeting people. In terms of the experience, like I said, it was a positive experience, but it was also challenging. I can definitely say that as a business major, the actual coursework in itself wasn't too hard for me personally. But what I can say though is that applying it to the financial journalism or writing space, that's where the challenge actually was. And I can definitely say from my personal experience that the financial journalism course, the one that ran through the whole 6 months, was actually the most challenging one for me. And I can admit that the marks also reflect. Learning points, I can definitely say that assignments, major key. And but the syndicate groups, I can definitely say from my experience, see, this is me. We actually heard just now that they had, battles on the electronic front, right? I can say that for me personally, I'd like to thank Project Launchpad. That was my syndicate group. I was blessed to be with a group of people that were engaged, that always wanted to go above and beyond. But I do know that in our class that there were those that weren't so fortunate. I think that's the word I'm going to use. But at the same time, I think it was a good way for us to integrate with each other, because it forced people to go around each other's work schedules, family lives, time commitments, and also allowed people to gain leverage off of each other's knowledge areas and specialities. So I can definitely say, as much as the syndicates were tough, and in some cases were a cause for concern, stress, and those midnight group texts, right? I can say that they're definitely necessary. And in the workspace, you're definitely gonna keep working with people that you might or might not want to work with. And what better place for you to learn some of these skills than in a space like this? It's a safe space. At least that's what we'd like to believe. It's a safe space. In terms of the highlights, for me, I enjoyed meeting new people. They forced us almost every day. We had the syndicate groups, but at the same time, they would tell us to have discussions about certain points with the person that's sitting with us in class, or this was one of my favorites. Almost every single time we had a new block, you're sort of used to sitting in the same place. And it used to happen every single time. You walk in and you know your spot. But for some reason, Diversity has decided to put you in the other part of the class. So it was a good way for us to be meeting people. Tea sessions, definitely necessary. It was a good way that we were meeting people. There was a lot of interaction across different knowledge areas. One of my favorite parts was the discussions. We can definitely say that there were a lot of spirited discussions in the class. And we had, the nice thing about our class is that we had a lot of people from banking, from journalism, we had people from the tech space, we had people from agriculture as well. So there was a lot of cross-pollination of knowledge. So that definitely worked in our favor. Though in some cases I can definitely say, on behalf of the class, I'd like to thank Sally Evans for always finding a new way to spice up our discussions. Also, I don't think I saw him today, but Jonathan, a very spirited debater in the class. Elroy, always bringing in civil society, definitely enjoyed that. And to our timekeeper, Arabile, for always. The courses, I enjoyed the courses. Like I said, the actual coursework in itself wasn't hard, but it was the application of the coursework that was the actual challenge, and that's what made me enjoy this course the most. Because like I said, from the business point of view, if you've learned accounting, if you've learned economics, the stuff doesn't change. But what does change is how you then apply it. And for me personally, as we go forward, one of my takeaways, and what I hope will be your takeaways, is that money makes the world go round. We hear this all the time, but people don't talk about it enough. And I feel like as financial journalism, it's our responsibility as a fraternity to be boiling down issues to people on the ground. They actually said that in the 2008 global financial crisis, one of the biggest mistakes that was made is that a lot of the traders, the actual people that actually caused the crash to happen in America, actually didn't know what credit default swaps, what CDOs, what the actual products were that they were selling to people that ended up in a situation where people couldn't pay off their debts, housing prices went down. And I feel like it's us as a fraternity that are going to do that for South Africa. I come from a country, Zimbabwe, like I said, where our financial situation has been making headlines for 2 decades now. And I would say that as a population, we are financially savvy. You can ask any Zimbabwean right now what it is the US dollar trading to the rand, the pound, the shilling, the pula, and they will tell you on the spot. But at the same time, fundamentally, there are still issues that people don't understand on the ground. What is a bond note, right? What actually led to our inflation back in the day? And I feel like some of these issues are echoed across the spectrum in Africa. Not only in Zimbabwe, but also in South Africa. In South Africa right now, I know that one of the biggest buzz terms at the moment is radical economic transformation. I think that's the way it's phrased. And for a lot of people, they don't really understand what does it mean and what steps actually need to be taken to actually get there. And that's our role. That's our role. That's what we have to be able to do, to actually go and question the people who use these terms and say, what do you mean? For the common person who's going to buy bread at Pick n Pay, what does radical economic transformation actually mean to that person? Because one of the big points we had in class, we agreed that the financial journalism space is sort of closed. It has become a bit of an echo chamber, because you have a reporter who goes to go and talk to a CEO, they write their report, which is then read by investors, and it's sort of kept as a pool. But for the person on the ground, what does it actually mean? And in the entire journalism fraternity, I'll give an anecdote. In my life, I was a business editor at one of the local newspapers in Grahamstown called the Oppidan Press. So I was the business editor. And what would happen is at the beginning of every year, you'd have journalism students. Probably they were mainly first and second years that would come and they would join. Then what would happen is each section, politics, features, entertainment, sport, business, would pitch to say what each section is about. And then at the end of that, people would then go and choose which section they want to write for. And it was actually quite disheartening that in a room with more than 100 journalism students, when I pitched, perhaps it was my pitch, maybe I was wrong, but only 4 people came, yet you had more than 30 people wanting to write for politics, etc. And this is one of the biggest problems, because financial journalism isn't about EBITDA and complicated things like that. It's just about how are you making your decisions on a daily basis. What is causing that? Because at the end of the day, we have to admit that what underpins our decision making is money, is financial considerations. The reason why China or Asia is still manufacturing textile goods is because we as consumers, we as people, are voting with our money every single day. We vote with our pocket. So why don't we inform our people, this is what's happening, this is why it's happening, this is how we can take it further. In closing, I want to thank Bloomberg for starting the initiative. I think it's a brilliant initiative, and I'm glad that they actually expand into more countries. I would like to thank the University of Pretoria's Borden Institute of Business Science. We really did enjoy this, and also to Rose University for underwriting the course. On the last point, Gibbs, I think the lunches are amazing. But I feel it would be remiss of me to not mention that our last week in June, it was questionable. Anyway, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the evening.